Is it not possible to define multiple constructors in Python? Possible duplicate. What is a clean, Pythonic way to have multiple constructors in Python? Is it not possible to define multiple constructors in Python, with different signatures? If not, what's the general way of getting around it? For example, let's say you wanted to define a class city. I'd like to be able to say some city equals city, or some city equals city, Berlin, where the first just gives a default name value, and the second defines it.
The easiest way is through keyword arguments. This is pretty basic stuff. Maybe look at the Python documentation.
For the example you gave, use default values. In general, you have two options. Do if-elif blocks based on the type. Use duck typing, that is, assume the user of your class is intelligent enough to use it correctly. This is typically the preferred option.
Unlike Java, you cannot define multiple constructors. However, you can define a default value if one is not passed.
If your signatures differ only in the number of arguments, using default arguments is the right way to do it. If you want to be able to pass in different kinds of argument, I would try to avoid the isinstance-based approach mentioned in another answer, and instead use keyword arguments. If using just keyword arguments becomes unwieldy, you can combine it with class methods. The Beazled code likes this approach. This is just a silly example, but I hope you get the idea. Notice all those class methods still go through the same underscore underscore init underscore underscore, but using class methods can be much more convenient than having to remember what combinations of keyword arguments to underscore underscore init underscore underscore work. Isinstance is best avoided because Python's duck typing makes it hard to figure out what kind of object was actually passed in. For example, if you want to take either a file name or a file-like object, you cannot use isinstance, arg, file, because there are many file-like objects that do not subclass file, like the ones returned from merlib, or stringio, or. It's usually a better idea to just have the caller tell you explicitly what kind of object was meant, by using different keyword arguments.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.